James Hursthouse.
Which company do you work for, James?
IGMKK.
What does IGMKK do?
So we're based in Tokyo and we represent a range of middleware solutions to the Japanese games industry.
And do you speak Japanese?
I do.
And do you have Japanese staff?
I do.
What are some of the middleware pieces, and why did you go middleware? How did you get into middleware?
Well, so the reason why we do middleware now, as opposed to going into it, is largely because Japanese industry has always been kind of known for its inbuilt tech, in-house stuff, which really hampers creativity. And I think that even the Japanese market's starting to realize that they're better off using proven technology, which has a large user base, so that they can focus on the creativity that's required in games these days. Well, it's always been a key element of gaming, but
so haven't there been a number of really big screw-ups in the Japanese middleware space? I mean, some companies that have gone there and not really succeeded?
Yeah, I think maybe the reason is that they try either to be too big too quickly. So our model is that we have a variety of different partners, many of whom are already working with each other. So in the case of BigWorld, already pre-integrated with Fmod, already pre-integrated with Scaleform, and so we're a small nimble team. But when we go and talk to a single games company, they may be interested in 3 or 4 of the solutions that we're offering, rather than just putting all our eggs in one basket. So,
and have you offered services like translation assistance with engineering assistance and training stuff?
Yeah, we do all that kind of stuff. Although mainly our role is to act as the conduit between the Japanese market and the company back in the mothership. So our role is more of a first point of contact. We don't profess to know everything there is to know about each of the technologies that we sell. But we do know the guys that know everything about the technologies because they're the guys that built it. So, our approach is to really try and act as the liaison between companies back in their HQs and the Japanese market.
And are you looking for other boutique pieces of MMO or other middleware for the Japanese market?
Well, I think we're sort of, for where we are right now in terms of the size of the company, we're probably where we need to be in terms of the number of partners that we have. So we're probably going to see how it goes for the next 6 or 12 months before we try and overextend ourselves. So.
And can you rattle off some of the names, the big names in gaming that you guys deal with in the Japan market?
Well, pretty much
ones
everybody.
You can talk about.
Obviously in the PC space, there's Gung Ho, Game Arts. So BigWorld's been the engine of choice in a couple of Game Arts titles. Most recently, Grandia Online. But we've been talking to pretty much everybody. We started to have a few more technologies that run on consoles as well, and obviously that's a major element of the Japanese market. So, yeah, pretty much everybody there is to know, we know it.
And lastly, what's the most interesting you saw at this year's GDC 2010 in San Francisco? What was the most optically interesting?
So for me, I think the most interesting thing's been just the amount of transfer away from what you might call hardcore programming over to things with graphical user interfaces. The whole idea that your sound designer or your graphic designer or your animation guy can achieve in 2010 what would have taken probably 3 or 4 programmers 2 weeks to do 2 years ago. Can be done now by a single guy. And your next meeting just showed up, so I think
Thank you very much.
All right.
Where can I find out more information on IGM?
IGMKK.com.